Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. In this video, we're going to be making a fun holiday wreath, a Christmas wreath, compact, using an evergreen wreath base. If you're just joining me and you're new to the channel or new to the account, make sure to give us a follow, subscribe, or a thumbs up if you like this video. And also comment and tell me where you're from. We're in the South Carolina area. It is still hot, but I think fall is right around the corner. We're supposed to get some cooler temperatures this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. And what I'm going to do now is just pull up your comments so that I can see them right here on our account. There it is. Yay, the volume's working. Is everybody having a good Friday so far? Are you like TGIF? Hey, Sue, and Julie's here, and Susan. Okay, let me just pull up the YouTube folks over here and get their comments ready and playing and mute. There we go. Hey, Irene, Jane, or Janie, how are you? Melissa, how is everyone? All right, let me just get this to where I can see a little bit better. There we go. So this is a 20-inch PVC wreath. Have you heard of that term before? It's an evergreen wreath. It's made for Christmas. It's got all of the little needle ties on it, and I use these all year round, so not just for Christmas. So this is what the, we got my Christmas wreath. You can find these pretty much anywhere. This is not elevated. This is just a wreath that's on a flat back. You see how it's not elevated? It doesn't have two layers, bringing the center up, making it really deep. So it's going to be very compact. And so that's what we're starting with right now. I'm going to put the camera down. Hey y'all, look, we made this last night in our Wreath of the Month Club group. I think it turned out really fun and festive. Isn't that cute? Just a really fun, festive Christmas wreath in the traditional colors. Love it. Mr. Santa is in the center. Let me get my wreath easel out of the way. And then we're going to make sure you can see the table. A little bit more. So I have my glue heated. It's over here in my electric fry pan. Yes, the fry pan you use to cook chicken. So that's what is over there when you see me moving things off of the camera. I'm dipping it in glue. Melissa wants in the club. Girl, join the waiting list. Join the waiting list. Oh, Janie, stay safe with your storms. All right, I'm going to zoom in right here, and I'm going to show you what we are working with. We have our, these are the florals I'm going to be using. I wanted to show you how they are all in one bush. And what we're going to do is just cut everything off the bush. All right, so these flowers are really good if you can find bushes like this with multiple flowers and the colors that you like. Kind of already do the work for you, don't they? They color coordinate everything, but you can find these pretty much anywhere they sell silk flowers. Takes a lot of the work out, the guesswork out of it, and it's a little less expensive because you're you only have that one bush. You don't have to buy multiple stems of flowers. Northern Ireland in the house, welcome. All right, let me get my little label off. I hate labels. They're so sticky and they never come off. And as soon as you put it in the wreath, it will show. Oh, there we go. So here we've got some roses, and we've got some I'm not sure what this is. I think my little dog is scratching to get in. Out, I should say. In the garage, out of the house. He probably is wondering who I'm talking to. He's like, Mom, who's in there with you? I need to come see. Let's skip this. All right, so you see how I'm just cutting all of these off of the bush. Let me open the door for him because he'll just sit there and scratch and bark. And you gonna join the party? We're over here. We're over here, buddy. The stage is on this side. We're over here on this side. All right, so now that I've got these cut, I want to sort them. I'm going to put all my magnolia leaves or whatever leaves these are, put those over here. And then I'm going to put my white flowers in one area, greenery and berries in another area. I got my red flowers. So we're just sorting, pretending like you're in kindergarten again. And I sort these because I need to add them on in an even fashion, a balanced fashion. So if I just started adding random back and forth, you could end up with a lopsided wreath. All right, so we've got this green. Who likes the lime green and red for Christmas? Stone Mountain, Georgia. That's not too far from me. California in the house. Arkansas, welcome. I'm taking these other leaves off. Okay. All right, so we've just got everything sorted over here to the side. Now, one of the things I need to do is go through and fluff. So every needle tie has to be touched, maneuvered, shaped. If you don't take the time to do this, your wreath is not going to be, circled. It might be flat on one side, and you're not going to have the depth that you need. All right, so you need the depth to make it a, even though we're doing compact, we still want some depth to it. So take the time to go through and shape all of your little needles. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try to move these out of the way a little bit. I want to put in my leaves. Let's see, I don't need that tool. Now, help me decide. Do we want to do a red shiny ornament? I mean, it's a matte shiny. Or do we want to do the jute covered ornament? Help me decide which one to do for that. All right, here we go. Moving over this way a little bit more, I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to insert these on the outer edge of the wreath, creating a collar. All right. So we've got one there. I know I've got 5 leaves. So here's one on the top. One on the opposite side, trying to get that to lay straight. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think I had 5. It looks like more now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like we had 2 extras. Okay, so let me move this one down just a little bit. I'm trying to space these out evenly. I'm just gluing these to the sort of the outside area of our needles. And I want these to be roughly the same length all the way around. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Still hot. People over on YouTube are saying red. Both. Somebody said both on. All right, now we're gonna rotate this around so you can see what we're doing, right? Creating this collar effect. Probably gonna have too many now that I'm thinking about it. Well, whatever. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna go this way. Who is ready to decorate for Christmas? No judging here. No judging. All right, I've gone all the way around. I've got a couple of extra, but I'll fit those in somewhere else. So we've gone all the way around. Now the next thing I'm going to do is green the base. So we're going to add a little bit more greenery to the wreath. And the reason I add a little more greenery, oh, Andrew's going to start this week. Oh, lucky you. So this is going to be, the reason I add greenery is it's good, but it's all the same exact color. It's all the exact same texture. So what I need to do is just add a little more variation to break up all that green. I know the flowers are going to do it, but wait until you see the finished wreath with the added texture. Let's see if this is going to be too long. Kind of like that. All right, we're going to go through and add this one. And I've got one more. This is a juniper with the berries on it. I like compact wreaths. They, give you a little bit of an option. Some people don't like the big 24-inch wreaths on their door. They like the smaller ones. So if you are a wreath seller, you might want to keep that in mind. Oh, these do slide up a little bit. I might do that. Well, thank you, Donna. Your videos are so good. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm just sliding these around just a little bit so that they're not so long. But look, do you see all of the prickly leaves? Does anybody have juniper in their yard? It's really prickly, isn't it? Doesn't it have a little sap? I can't remember that part, but I just remember it being very prickly. The wreath is 20-inch. So this part takes a little bit of time, but I promise it's worth it if you really take the time to fluff and shape everything that you're putting in the wreath. It makes a huge difference. It gives that designer look, a richness to it. Angela says, yes, some juniper trees do have that sap. Welcome, Augusta, Georgia. You guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps my little channel, my little Facebook group, Facebook page for my small business. It also lets me know that you like this video and I should do more of them. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you're notified the next time we do lives. Just moving this up. This is the last one. So we've got a little bit of a stem that I can put in the glue. All right, and we're gonna work with one thing at a time. Like I've said, we always work with one element at a time. So this one is our greenery. We're gonna go all in the same direction. Hopefully I have enough glue. Got one here. We went up here. Now we're gonna go down to the other side. Remember, same direction. Just work back and forth adding. Thank you for sharing. Love everything. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. UK in the house, welcome. Let's see, we'll put this one over here. All right, we've got 3 more. You see how I'm back and forth, back and forth. Now we're evenly dispersed. And then I've got one more. I'll put that one over here. And then I'm going to hold it up and show you what a difference adding this texture makes. It's starting to look a little more authentic, isn't it? Okay, Diana, drive safe. Christmas is in full swing at Glenn's house. All right, we've got that added. So now I'm going to start adding in my florals. Let's see, or do I want my ornaments or do I want my pine cones? Let's go ahead and add our pine cones because these are on the heavier side and they're going to have to be wired. Or I could add these, which are a little smaller, but they have a little white, glitter and sprinkle to them to make it look frosty. I'm not liking so far the white, although it does match a little bit of that. I think I'm going to keep it with this, the Au Naturel. So let me find my wire. Have you ever wired pine cones before? So sometimes your pine cones are a little on the heavy side and they need to be wired in. Sometimes you can glue them, especially if you're working with the PVC wreath. If you're working with the grapevine wreath, it's a little harder to glue sometimes. All right, so we've got our pine cones that we're just wrapping, twisting. Andrea, these are your pine cones. Andrea sent me a huge box of pine cones. I'm like, looks familiar. All right, what I'm doing is I'm taking my wire and I'm just finding a little layer of the needles, or whatever you call these, seeds. I don't know what they're called. And you're twisting. Juniper picks in any greenery can be found wherever you purchase your florals. So wherever that is, if that's online or whatever. All right, I'm moving. Okay, So we're going to add these to our wreath. We're going to go through the wreath around to the back. And I'm going to lay them sort of sideways. What brand wire cutters do you use? I use greenery. All right, so we've got this one right here. I'm going to do a triangle. Remember, we're always looking for the balance when we're doing a compact wreath. Y'all, I hope I'm inspiring you to try your own wreaths so that you can make your own festive decorations this holiday. We've got a lot of tutorials on our website at southerncharmwreaths.com. So if you're looking for wreaths or arrangements, table centerpieces, lanterns arrangements, we got that stuff on our website, southerncharmwreaths.com. All right, do you see I'm trying to set it up a little bit? All right, so let's gonna put these here. So we probably should have put one more over this way, but that's okay. We'll put this one here. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. So if you are in an area that you have your own pine cones in your yard, you can use those. I've done that. I used to, in our old house, we had pine cones all over the yard. Thank you for the stars, Miss Lynn. Hello, Florida. Welcome. All right, so we have, you see how we've added those? I like it. I like it a lot. All right, now let's go ahead and add our florals. I'm going to start with our largest ones first. And we've got 5 red roses. Remember the direction, all in the same direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot count tonight. I messed this one up already. Oh well. I didn't mess up the wreath. I messed up my counting. Well, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. I got 2 more, and we need some white over on this side. This one's got a little bit of white on it. I'm going to take this one towards the inside. That's fun. All right, so now what we're going to do is move on to the next flower, which is these white ones. So we're going from largest to smallest. Have you ever used magnolia cones? I don't think I have. How big are those? Carol, you are so sweet. You're the best wreath maker out there. Oh my gosh, girl. You're gonna make me blush. All right, I'm just trimming these a little bit on the smaller side. Yes, I don't use a glue gun. You can use a glue gun if you want. I just, after years of having to have 3 going at the same time and still not fast enough to heat up, it just becomes tedious. So I got my glue melted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got 8. Remember to add in the same directions. Flowers facing the same directions. So we've got 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. So we've got a lot of heavy on the red up here. Let's try to balance it a little bit and put a little on the white down here. Let's do another white right there. All right, and then we'll do 1. So we've got, I feel like we need to put 1 right here. Oh, we've got 2 more. Let's do 1 right here. And then we've got our smaller ones that we can go fill in with. Anybody got plans for the weekend? Here in South Carolina, we have a state fair. You have a state fair where you're at. If you're from another country, do you even know what we're talking about when we say state fair? Jamie says, love your bees, love how you teach us, inspire me to do more. Oh, an empty nester. Well, that's me too, girl. And I ain't complaining. The device I'm using, Evelyn, to melt my glue is an electric fry pan. This is too long. Try not to touch the glue when it's hot. Julie, I had to remind myself. You know, I'm wondering if we're going to have room for ornaments. We're getting pretty full, aren't we? And I wanted to put ribbon. I should have put the ribbon in first. This is lovely. I want it for myself. Let's see if I'm going to have room for ribbon. All right, let's see. We've got our pine cones here. Let's try to add it here in between our pine cones. We've got this ribbon here. Let's see if that's going to work. I like that. Let me get my scissors and trim. I forgot to dovetail. Fold, cut on the fold up towards the point to dovetail. That one probably was not that great. This is 4-inch ribbon. All right, so we're going to do another one. Let's do 6 inches. And we'll do a 12-inch loop. Literally, the stove is beeping. Someone's supposed to be cooking, and they're ignoring it. Here is that pine cone. Here's this pine cone. Let's see, it's going to be kind of full over there, so let's just adjust. Put this one over here. Can y'all hear that beeping? I'm easily distracted, clearly. That's too big, so we're going to make it a little smaller. All I'm doing to attach these is use a needle tie and wrap it around the base and crimp. And then move these little tails around. Let me go turn the oven off because somebody's ignoring it. Sorry, y'all. All right, I couldn't figure it out, so I think I got it. I don't know where they are, whoever's cooking. It's got to be the hubs. All right, so we've got that. Nigeria in the house, welcome. All right, so we've got one over here, and we're just putting our tails on the opposite sides of the loop. Hey, Mike. I don't think he can hear me. He's half deaf, y'all. Not jokingly, he really is. Like, hey, Mike. Mike. Told you. Mike. Yeah. Turn the stove off. It was beeping. Okay. This is called multitasking, y'all. Multitasking. All right, so we've got this one over here. We're going to move this one around as well. Just putting my ribbon streamers on the, kind of spreading them out a little bit. So we've got 3 here. It's a lot of lime, isn't it? But wait, we're not done. We're not done. Look what I have. Lime flowers. Lime green flowers. So wreath making, what I tell our Wreath of the Month Club group, wreath making is layering. You can at any time stop wherever you want to, whatever your style is, whatever your budget is. So we've got 6. So let's come over here. 1, 2. Three. I want this loop to be somewhat squat. Making a compact wreath, so I want them a little, you know, a little flat. All right, let's see where we want you. How about right here? Got 2 more. One here, one there. Where am I going to put you? Let's do it right here. Let me show you what we have. All right, so now what I want to do is add a little more of this lime green, but we do have these things to fill in with, and I've got a little more, I've got some berries. We don't have room for ornaments, I don't think. You could add them if you want, but we don't really have a lot of room. I think I'm just going to start filling in with this other lime green. So this, to me, is also going to pull out that lime green. I'm just going to pull the leaves off. So this is another cedar. So this one's a little less expensive. Don't be afraid to mix some of your expensive with your less expensive. All right, so I'm just going to pop these in wherever, just to balance that lime green with that flower. Ow, keep burning myself. I love this color. Let's do one in the middle over here. Don't forget this center part of your wreath. I guess if you don't want to do ribbon and you wanted to do ornaments, you could. You could have replaced the ribbon with ornaments, had enough room. State fairs in Dallas, yay. What's cooking? I don't know. I left that up to Mike. I left that up to the hubs. So I laid out the chicken. I said, I've got to work. You do the cooking. All right, we're almost around the whole wreath. I will clean up the glue strings after the video. All right, so now I'm going to go do a couple on the inside. Well, I've only got one, so we're going to do one on the inside. right, let's go up here at the top. Close that in a little bit. We've got some red berries. Adds a little more texture. Let's do one over here. And one over here. Did you guys like this video? Make sure if you like it to give us a thumbs up and follow us on our social media. We're Southern Charm Wreaths. I do have these little pieces that I can go back and fill in just wherever there's some holes. All right, because there's a little bit over here. We don't have room for the ornaments, but let me show you what we have. Isn't that fun? Does it look real? Looks like something a florist would put together. Thank you, Gwen. Thanks, Diana. Do I put odd numbers of each color? No, not necessarily. I just really try to balance. Here's the back. So you can see it's not an elevated wreath, and here's the front. So this measures right now, after all of the elements inside of it, about 22 inches. It's got all the texture, beautiful coloring. Turned out super, super fun. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. If I missed your question, I'll come back in and answer it. Again, follow us and give us a subscribe. And let me know what you want to see next time. I love it. Y'all have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend.